How well do you get along with your siblings? Do you get along great? Do you have a close bond? Or are they always causing you unnecessary emotional stress? Sibling abuse should be talked about more because siblings don't always get along. Welcome back to SuesSpace, and hello and welcome to my new and returning subscribers. I am grateful for your support. This channel is for you young people so that you can have a space to talk about your struggles and challenges. So don't forget to tap the notification bell so that you are notified every time I upload. This will help with my mission of reaching as many young people as possible. Your voice matters, so let's grow this space together. When you're a child, it's difficult to tell when sibling teasing crosses the line and switches to emotional or physical abuse. I mean, when you're younger, sibling rivalry is common, right? But when that rivalry and competing rolls over into adulthood, that's a whole nother story. And it's happening more and more, and it should be talked about. Let's get right into the signs that you may have a toxic sibling, or you could be one. Point 1. They emotionally manipulate. Your siblings know all your darkest secrets, even if you're not the one that told them. Toxic siblings snoop, then gossip, and they'll try to dig up dirt to hold over your head. They'll use your past mistakes against you to gaslight or guilt trip you. It's never easy to recognize when a sibling is manipulating you. Anyone for that matter, but pay attention to what type of situations your sibling puts you in or how they make you feel. I know we all want to believe that our sibling relationship is supposed to be love and light, but that's not always the case. 2. They criticize and judge. It's toxic when a sibling is always pointing out, always criticizing and judging you anytime you mess up. When they intentionally go out their way to make you feel bad about yourself, to lower your self-esteem, causing you to question everything about your life. Toxic siblings need to care. They need to understand that their actions and their words hurt. Knocking you down emotionally, sometimes physically, every chance they get can have lasting damaging effects on your mental health, way into your adulthood. I don't like a bully. If that's the goal, to project your insecurities onto them, to make you look better and for them to feel lower, you're doing more damage than you think. 3. They bully. Teenagers rebel a little bit, and that's what children do. But toxic siblings, they rebel, they plot, and pretend they're not a bully. My siblings bullied me for telling the truth. They called it snitching. And back in the day, snitches got stitches and bruises, not shot, not stabbed. I'm not condoning violence, but you have to be living under a rock not to see that more and more our young people are using guns as a problem-solving tool. It wasn't like that when we were growing up. We used our hands. Well, there was that time I used my brother's guitar, but you know what I mean. Oftentimes when children see or experience bullying inside their household, they take that action outside and believe that they can do the same. So I'm the youngest of 3, and I had to be about 10 years old when my brother used me for target practice. All I remember is us being sent out into the garden to play, and my brother doing something that he had no business doing. And as I'm walking back in the house to tell, I'm threatening to tell. The next thing I knew, I had a dart sticking out my leg.
Ouch.
Oh, he put on a performance, and he swore up and down to my mom that it was an accident. Right, because the dartboard wasn't facing a completely different direction. Siblings bully in different ways, and it can be hard to avoid when they live with you. Even worse if you have to share a room. 4. They're never wrong. Talking to your toxic sibling or brother about their mistakes or their flaws is like talking to a brick wall. What is good for the goose is not good for the gander because your toxic sibling is never wrong. They'll blame you and others for everything that's gone or is going wrong in their life. They'll avoid accountability or blame everything on their weaknesses. Nothing is ever their fault. In their eyes, you're the bad seed, and even if you're not, they'll always play the victim. They're quick to point that negative light on others, but good luck trying to get them to point it on themselves. It's the worst feeling when a parent doesn't believe you, when you're always seen as the rude, naughty child, or they always take sides with the golden toxic sibling. Unfortunately, parents unconsciously or consciously encourage toxic behavior between siblings. And if you have a narcissist parent and a toxic sibling, that's a dangerous combination.
I want my parents to know to let me speak when I'm trying to talk to them. Sometimes I'll get in trouble because of my sister, but they won't let me speak and they'll only believe her. And those are the things I don't like.
Yes, parents, a lot of sibling rivalries start like that, especially if there's a lot of favoritism, letting one sibling get away with more than the other, or always jump into the toxic sibling's defense. Young people, do your parents always take your sibling's side after a disagreement, or brush their teasing off as you being dramatic? Please, parents, stop encouraging this mess. Stop sizing one sibling up against another. 5. They try to ruin your relationships. They will purposely try to ruin your relationships or control your social circle because they won't like it if you're well liked. If you're popular or make friends easily, they'll try their best to be seen as the sibling who would make a better friend. They won't find time to make connections of their own, but they will wiggle their way into your friends group to make friends with your friends, not in a genuine way, but to sabotage your connections and ruin your reputation. Does your sibling have a habit of trying to show you up or tear you down in front of your friends, or try to embarrass you in one way or another? 6. They're unsupportive. Even if you lived in the same household, you and your sibling will not share the same childhood experience. You just won't see it the same. And as you get older, toxic siblings will care less and less about what's going on in your life. But every time they have a problem, they'll expect you to fix it. In the beginning, you'll do anything for them, especially if you look up to them, because you want that same love and kindness that you're showing them reciprocated back to you. But instead of supporting you like you're supporting them, they'll turn around and pour all their insecurities and all their negativity onto you. And over time, it can become exhausting to be around them or to talk to them. 7. They thrive on conflict and drama. They want you to give them the best version of you because that's what they believe they deserve. But the best version of them is drama and conflict. They will become aggressive if you create boundaries and tell them no around anything they ask you to do. Whoo, child. Whoo! I just had a flashback. And you better not think about showing them the same toxicity that they're feeding you. Are you kidding me? It will be off with your head. Of course, you should stick up for yourself, but don't waste your time thinking you should be nicer or kinder, thinking that they will change. Hey, I'm not saying that it can't happen, but don't get your feelings hurt when they show no remorse. I was raised believing family is all you have. This limited belief was the most damaging to my mental health because my family was the first ones who wanted to see me fail. That's why I always resented the statement, what happens in our house stays in our house. Well, what if what's happening in your house is toxic or abusive? Teach children to communicate about things that are toxic or if they feel unsafe, instead of keeping secrets like I was raised to do. If they don't learn what's toxic, they'll think it's normal. What your toxic siblings see in you is greatness. They try to hold back your potential. You can choose your friends, but you can't choose your family. And lastly, point 8, they're competitive. Not with anyone else, just with you. Healthy competition is normal, but don't look for your toxic siblings to play fair. You doing the work to achieve may look easy to them, and their determination to compete and win may become an obsession. They don't want to do the work like you did, but they'll try to stop you and take your shine. Truth is, your sister or brother is inspired by you. Trust me, they see it. They see your sense of purpose, your strength, your courage, your ability to be a natural leader, and your potential. They see it, and they see it before you see it yourself. I'll never regret being a good sibling, because siblings are supposed to lift each other up and support each other, not tear each other down, one up, compete, or try to outshine each other. Of course, all relationships are going to have disagreements. But young people, if you and your siblings are supportive and kind to each other and you have a great relationship, count yourself blessed. And if you have a toxic sibling, let me know all about it in the comments below and hang in there. And if you've made it to the end of this video and you figured out that you're a toxic sibling, come talk to me. And if you've made it to the end of the video and you figured out that you're the toxic sibling, make a decision to change today. Find ways to improve your communication and your relationship with your sibling. Give them the respect, the same respect that you want them to give you, and understand how your actions and your words affect them. And that's all for this one. I hope this video was helpful. Be sure to hit the like and subscribe button before you head out if you haven't already. And if you would like to donate to the channel, my information is in the description box below. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and true to yourself. Until the next one.